Hello children of standard 10. This is a continuation of our previous taught chapter, that is vegetation of India. I hope all are ready for the class. So during our last class we have discussed about the definition of natural vegetation. Then we have discussed about the importance of natural vegetation in a place, then the types of vegetation existing in and around the country, and out of the types that are there found in within the country, we have already discussed two types, that is the tropical evergreen forest and the tropical deciduous forest or the monsoon forest. We go with the third type of vegetation found in India, the tropical deserts or the tropical dry forest. So they are also called the tropical thorn forest. So these forests are found in the areas having rainfall of less than 50 centimeter or rainfall of 25 to 50 centimeter with an average temperature of 25 degrees centigrade to 27 degrees centigrade and the relative humidity below 50%. The types of trees that are found in such type of forest are termed as the xerophytes. So, what are the characteristics of these xerophytes of the plants or the vegetation that is a part of this tropical dry forest? The trees here are of smaller in size with scrub-like appearance, and they have long roots to tap water or moisture from the subsoil level. At the places where such type of forest exists, they get very less amount of rainfall. So there is scarcity of water. To avoid the scarcity of water, trees have, or the xerophytes have, long roots that get deep under the ground to collect water. Besides, the leaves are small and thorny, which enable them to face the dry climate and to protect themselves from animals. So, and also they have fleshy stems that help in storing water, so that when there will be severe scarcity, that water can be used. And these thorns, along with protecting the plants from the animals, it also avoids the process of transpiration. So important species of these forests are the bubble tree, the date palms, the cactus, the neem tree and the bird tree. Here you can see few trees on the screen, children. So what are the uses of these trees that are a part of this xerophytic vegetation? Coming to the bubble tree, which is an important tree of these forests, it is a type of gum is yielded from such type of tree, or it is having a medicinal value. Bubble tree has a medicinal value because of the gum, type of gum that is obtained from this type of tree, and the bark provides material for tanning of leather. Then we have the very well known date palm trees found in these arid and semi-arid regions where the availability of water is relatively more. So they yield dates used as a food material and for medication against cold, sore throat, fever, etc. Then we have another important tree that is a part of this forest, that is the cacti. This is of very little human use and is mainly used for fencing. It has no other economical uses. Then we have the neem tree, whose bark, roots and leaves are of great medicinal value for treatment against different diseases like ulcer, allergies, chickenpox, diabetic and many other diseases. So apart from this neem is also used as an important ingredient in the manufacture of various beauty products. Besides bubble, date palm, cacti, neem. We have another important tree that is also a part of this forest, that is the bird tree. So what is the use of this bird tree? Its fruits are eaten raw and made into pickle. So they are rich in vitamin C and also in hardwood, which is largely used to make agricultural implement. So this is about all about the tropical dry forest or the tropical desert vegetation. Coming to the next type of vegetation in India, that is the littoral forest, or we call it the Sundarban deltas, or we call it the mangrove forest. It has different names: delta forest, or the tidal forest, or the littoral forest, or the mangrove forest. So the climatic conditions are of little importance for this type of forest, as they thrive in the marshy lands all along the coastal areas at the mouth of the river, where the fresh water meets the saline seawater. That means the trees that are found in such type of forest, they can survive both in fresh as well as saline water. So what are the characteristics of these trees? Trees are pneumatophores, that is, the trees that are found or a part of such type of forest have spatial breathing roots. The roots that are exposed, they help these trees to breathe during high tides and floods. So coming to the important characteristics, the trunk of these trees is supported by a number of stilt-like roots which are submerged during the high tides. So they are dense evergreen forest. Unlike other trees, they thrive in saline conditions as well as both in fresh water. So the vegetation characterized with breathing roots or pneumatophores that help in respiration and to survive in both high and low tides. So these are found in the deltas of Ganga, Mahanadi, Krishna, etc. And the main tree of these forests are the Sundari trees, because of which such forests existing in India are also called the Sundarban deltas. So, among the trees, Sundari is the important tree. The use of this tree is that it yields hardwood, widely used for boat making. And besides the Sundari tree, other trees are also found like Amud tree, Keora tree, Screw tree, then Rhizophora tree, then Vara tree, then Agar tree, which are largely used as domestic fuel. So, where these forests exist, these forests are largely found in the Sundarban region, that is the Ganga, Brahmaputra Delta, and other important regions of littorals are the deltas of Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, and along the coastal regions of Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So they are also found in smaller areas in the tidal creeks, mud flats, and salt marshes along the western coast. Coming to the last type of forest, that is the mountain forest. So under these mountain forests, we don't have any specific types of trees, because there is a increase in height from the foothills to the peak of the mountains, as a result of which there is also variation in the amount of rainfall received by these places, but there is also variation in the temperature conditions from the foothills to the peak of the mountains, resulting into the growth of different types of vegetation. So beginning from the foothills, so temperature here differs with altitude. This also affects the natural vegetation at varying altitudes. Mountain forest can be again broadly divided into the different types, that is the Himalayan moist temperate forest found along the foothills of the Himalayas, Himalayan dry temperate forest, then we have the alpine forest, and these forests are found where there is presence of mountains with an amount of rainfall between 100 to 300 centimeter, and an average temperature of less than 13 degrees centigrade, and with a relative humidity of 55% to 65%. The main characteristics, children, as I have told you, various mixed species of coniferous and deciduous trees are found at varying heights and rainfall regions. And among the trees that are part of this mountain forest, we have oak, we have spruce, we have fir, we have yew, deodar, birch, juniper, chestnut, wattle, kedar, maple, pine, cinchona, etc. and are found most of them yield durable hardwood. So this is all about the vegetation that found at varying altitudes from Kashmir to Arunachal Pradesh. So here we come to an end of this lesson. Thank you.